What is up, Neophytes? My name's Alan, aka NeoCryptor, and welcome to a video over JustRP Read Dead RedM roleplay server. Guys, I am making this video to clarify a couple things that had me a little confused in the beginning. If you're familiar with RP, you'll be familiar with the term, this term that I'm going to say. If not, don't sweat it too much. This video, I aim to be no meta involved. We're just going to go over some of the mechanics of the server, some of the information that you're gonna need to survive in this really amazing RP experience. And yeah, without further ado, let's roll the little intro doohickey thingamabob and jump right in. Okay, so this video is going to assume you know how to set up RedM, Salty Chat, and all the various accoutrements you need to actually play on a RedM Read Dead roleplay server. If not, let me know down below and I'll be happy to make a video tutorial over how to set all this up. It's not too difficult. There's a couple little nuances, but overall, it was a pretty easy experience. This is also going to assume that you're on the JustRP server because different servers have different scripts, different systems in place. And what we're talking about is some of the specific systems that are on JustRP. I'll have a link to the JustRP Discord down below if you are interested in joining the Read Dead server that I play on. So far, I've been on it for about a month now, and I've been having an absolute blast. It is a really good time. You know, we're looking right now at my character, Meredith Graves. He is currently a doctor in Lemoyne County, and well, pretty much anywhere. If there's medical need, Meredith will be there. All right, so we're going to assume you know how to make a character. We're going to assume that you've got everything set up. So first thing I want to discuss is a couple bits of terminology. It's only two things really that kind of had me confused what people were talking about. So daily, the server resets a few times a day to help with performance issues and such, because RedM by nature, since it is still in active development, is a little bit buggy. And to help circumvent some of those bugs, we do server resets and all that. So when you hear people talking about the incoming storm, or the storm is going to be upon us soon, etc., they're talking about the server reset in character, in a in an immersion friendly way to explain that the server's about to reset. Also, you'll hear people talk about flexing certain muscles. It's a term that I personally feel is a little bit immersion breaking. They'll say, flex that F6 muscle or flex that Z muscle. And, they're talking about hitting those specific keys on your keyboard, obviously. I feel it's a little bit immersion breaking, and that's one of the reasons I am making this video to, hopefully help some of y'all out with that. For terminology, that is basically it. That's what I want to go over for that. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the keys and specific systems that are involved on this server that you should know about. All right, so first off, I want to introduce you to the F6 key. So if we hit F6 here, we get this wheel that pops up that has a lot of stuff on it. You can change your walking animations. You can trigger various emotes. Some of this pie menu has other pie menus several deep. Like, so if we go into emote, you can see there is categories here, and you can select one of those categories and whoop, just select it, play the emote, whatever. Or walk styles. We have different walk styles that we can choose here, which will set that. And then under job, we have various things about your personal job. Like under doctor, I can pull this up and it gives me options for doing all the things I need to do as a doctor. Some of the jobs are very specific, and your options will be in there. Also under this job menu, you can call for a sheriff, you can call for a doctor, you can clear any alerts that you may have, because if you're a sheriff or a doctor, you will get alerts on your screen letting you know that somebody needs you, and you can clear that from in here. You can also show your ID. Last time I did this, it actually showed it to me. Whatever. If you're close to another player, because you can click show ID and it will show them your ID. It will also show you your ID right over in here. There are certain, I haven't seen too many people use this system, the pay bills system, but owners of saloons, things like that, can actually send you an invoice for you to pay a specific bill. And all you have to do is go in here under pay bills, which I have none at the moment. If you have any, they'll show up here and you can select them with your arrow keys, hit enter, and it will pay the bill, provided you have enough money in your wallet to do such. All right, so let's go back to the F6 menu. Let's talk about reload skin. It is just as it sounds. If I click reload skin, it is going to reload my avatar and set it back to the default state. Sometimes this is useful because sometimes, there's different layers of clothing, and sometimes it will become see-through. If you take a coat off, your vest will become see-through, stuff like that. So let's talk about the clothing next. Let's go under clothing. As you can see, I am wearing a mask, which I usually don't wear. That's for special occasions only. So let's go ahead and take this mask off. And I don't like to wear my eyewear all the time. So let's turn that off. Let's go ahead and put my hat on. So all these are obviously options for, removing and modifying your dress. Like bandana, if I was to click on bandana, I will pull up this mask. If I was to click neckwear, it will completely remove that bandana off me, actually it didn't. Maybe yeah. Okay, so if you can see, if you pay real close attention under Meredith's beard there, you can see by clicking this, I'm toggling the display of that on and off, which if you click bandana again while that is off, it will turn it on and pull it up. You can roll up your sleeves if you don't have your coat on. So if I take my coat off, I can click sleeves and roll those up. You can take off your gloves, anything and everything to do with clothing that your character is currently wearing, you can do from this menu. A couple things I've noticed, like with the cloaks specifically, if you take cloak off, or your vest actually, for some reason, it doesn't let you put it back on. You have to do a reload skin to get it to display. So I don't know, minor little thing, but I thought I would throw that in there and mention it. I could take my shirt off, so I'm just wearing my vest, put it back on, etc., etc. All that is found under, again, F6 clothing. And of course, miscellaneous has a few little mini game things, options in here: poker, repair your wagon, call bird, which to my knowledge is not a thing on the server yet. There is a pet system in place. No one uses it right now because nobody understands how to feed them. I'm looking into that. If I can figure it out, I'll put a video up on it, because honestly, I want me a puppy dog. Meredith needs a rescue animal since he's a doctor. At least in my humble opinion. You can play rock, paper, scissors, throw dice. There's all kinds of little stuff in here. Hide chat, hide HUD, which honestly, I've not got to work, but hey, it'd be nice if it did. Devs, see if you can fix that one. Please flip some cinematic footage without all the HUD stuff. It would be awesome. Anyway, yeah, so that pretty much covers the F6 menu. Next thing I want to go over is a couple hotkeys on your keyboard. So like if I press Z right now, I'm going to ragdoll. I'm just going to fall over, and I'll stay laying like that until I hit Z again and get back up, which can be a lot of fun because you can run around and go, great for honestly being silly, or there is some pretty valid, RP reasons for it. Say you're drunk and stumbling around, you might want to fall over every once in a while. Things like that, you want to RP that you tripped over something in the middle of the road, then, that is the way, definitely a way to go. There's all kinds of stuff for it. If you hit your X on the keyboard, it will raise your hands. So, no, don't shoot. Hey, don't do it, partner. So yeah, that's a couple of hotkeys I just wanted to go over that I didn't know about, especially this ragdoll thing. I had, oh God, no, my stomach. Oh, I've been poisoned. I just wanted to go over it because that was one thing I didn't even know about until one day I was walking through roads and my finger slipped because I went to grab something that was about to fall off my desk. And I hit Z and I'm like, oh God, I'm dead. What'd I just do? Oh, no, I'm not dead. Okay, it's all good. All right, so that's pretty much it for the hotkeys. Let's talk about how the stable system works on this server. All right, well, here we are in lovely downtown Valentine. Yep, beautiful place. If it didn't have all the damn mud. There are a few players running around. I'm actually not on during a busy time because I kind of wanted to try and make this video without any RP interruption but we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it happens, it happens. I'll probably leave it in, or if it's pretty long, obviously I'll cut it out. Anyway, so the stable system. Okay, so this has changed recently, and it's a little bit of a point of contention for players, but we'll get into that in a minute. First, let's talk about where you get your horses and stuff. Obviously, you can buy your horses from players, which is a great way to do it. There are player-owned stables that you have working stable, or that have players that are stable hands, trainers, wranglers, etc, etc, etc. But the NPC here, you're going to be quite familiar with this NPC because to select what horse you to buy a default horse, there we go, shall we say, you go in here, you go under horses, you have all your different breeds here. You can go in and you can select whatever horse you want. You can take a look at it. You can select when you actually purchase it, you can select male or female, adult or foal, etc. This is also where you buy your wagons, and then you can also look at like your horses and such here. Like there's Demeter. Demeter's my American paint. Good old Demeter. Yeah, I love paints. Oh God, the storm. No, not the reset. The actual in-game storm. It gets confusing, I know. And then you have your horse accessories. This is where you buy all your saddles and everything, etc, etc. Now, when you change horses, there is no way to take your current saddles, etc, off the horse and transfer to your new horse. Sadly, those are bound, I guess you could say, to the horse that they are on. At least we haven't figured out a way. And I used to work for the stable in Rhodes before Meredith became a doctor, so I feel like I know a little bit about horses. But yeah, you can get your horse accessories, you can get wagon accessories. Depending on the wagon, has different options. My wagon doesn't have really any options because I just have a little water cart for farming and stuff. Change horseshoes, you cannot do this unless you are a stable hand or a stable master. There are horseshoes you can purchase from a blacksmith, or sometimes stables have them, and you can have them put onto your horse to improve that horse's performance. Your starting off the gate speed, your horse's stamina, health, etc can be improved via horseshoes. And stable storage, honestly, I've never got this to work, and I don't know what it's actually supposed to do. But so yeah, that's pretty much this NPC covered. Let's go ahead and talk about how you get your horse. All right, now that thunder has gone away a little bit, so this is kind of new to server. It's been introduced within the past week or so at the as of the time of recording this video, which has caused a little contention. So it used to be you could call your horse no matter where you were at in the world. You didn't need to be your stable hand or a stable master, your wagon, etc. Yeah, now you have to come to this fellow, the stable hand. There are stable hands in all the major cities and some dotted around the map in various locations, which I'm not going to talk about because that's a little meta. You have to find those guys for yourself. But to get your horse, you have to talk to this young fellow right here using your third eye, which I did not cover. Your third eye is a thing that is special to RedM. You can hit Alt, the Alt button, which will let you interact with very specific things like this stable master here. If you have a doctor's job, it lets you get your medical supplies from the medical cabinet, things like that. There's all kinds of uses for your third eye. So yeah, it's either your left Alt button, or you can also use your click on your mouse wheel if you have a mouse. I use the Alt, that way I don't accidentally like scroll or something of that nature. But anyway, so yeah, once you pull up your third eye menu on this little stable hand guy, you click on that and it'll pop up a menu over there, where you can select between your horses and your wagon. So if I say, yeah, I need to get Demeter, it'll take a minute because they got to figure out what stall Demeter's in and pull Demeter out for me. There we go. There's Demeter. How you doing, Demeter? Yeah, I know it's raining. I'm sorry. We'll deal with that in a little bit. Now you can still dismiss your horse from anywhere by just simply holding down right click and hitting F to make them run away. and then you have to go to a stable master to get them. Now, if you leave your horse out and you say, say you're here in Valentine and some of your buddies show up with a carriage, and you hop on the carriage, you go to Blackwater, but you left your horse out in Valentine, you will not be able to pull your horse from the stable hand in Blackwater because, well, that horse is currently in the world. So that is something to keep in mind. I had a little incident with that not too long ago. So yeah, I ended up having to take my little water wagon, which we're going to pull out real quick, all the way from Blackwater to Ansburg, which for a medical emergency call. And oh my God, did it take for freaking ever. So that is something to keep in mind. So yeah, there's my wagon. Now with the wagons, you cannot dismiss them from anywhere. You have to be near a stable hand to be able to dismiss them. So if you say, take this water wagon out to where you're farming and whatnot, and you just, you're done with, you got water in it, you water your crops, etc. And you have to bring it all the way back to town to get rid of it. Because so like right here, I'd be able to dismiss it if I hop on here and I drive just a little ways. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, I think over here by these circuit tents or these, yeah, I think it's a circus fair, something. Hell, I don't know what it is. But if I go over here now and I get off and I say, and I go up to it and I try to hit F to unsummon return your wagon to add a stable hand. See, you just can't do it. You have to be in, pretty close proximity to the stable hand to be able to return the wagon. And that is kind of the point of contention right now, is particularly, I personally like the changes to the wagons. The horses, I think they need to tinker with that a little bit more, because like if I was at my camp and I decided to log out at my camp, aka take a nap, sleep there for the night, I would have to find a way. I'd have to walk all the way into town or find another stable master that's somewhere nearby to be able to get my horse. My feeling is if you go to sleep at your camp, you would have your horse hitched there, and therefore it should be there when your character wakes up. So I feel like they need to, at the very least, add a mechanic for you to be able to summon your horse at your camp, even if it has a small cooldown or something of that nature, for balance sake, for realism. But yeah, so really, guys, this is pretty much the majority of what I wanted to cover. Oh yeah, like emotive text. I didn't know this for a little while either. So on RedM, at least on the server, if you hit T, it brings up your chat. If you type /me and something looks at stable hand, and looks at stable hand, let's just do that. It'll do that. That'll go away for a second. Now, the way I had been doing emotive text like this is quite different and very clunky. There is a thing that they call scenes on the server, which lets you basically put up little signs. So if I hit home, you see this little purple ball. I can look at something like that post right there. I hit home again. It's gonna bring up a little interface for me to type in a message. I can type in the message, type in the color, type in how far you can see it from. And then that will be there permanently until I delete it or leave this, or the server resets, which is great as a doctor, like, because I claim residency in Rhodes. So when I'm online and working, I will go to the doctor's office in Rhodes, put up a little sign that says, Dr. M. Graves on duty, and my Telegram number, so people can reach me, if they have anything. I think that is about it. I can't think of anything else that I feel is, really important, other than maybe a touch on this interface down here. If you look right down there, you can see I have food, water, and temperature. That's all pretty self-explanatory right there. So, oh, there looks like there is a fight going on over there. Boxing. Yep. Always something going on the server, even when the server is underpopulated like it is right now because of the time of day that I'm recording this video. Did that on purpose. Tutorials are easier to do when there's when I'm not involved at a lot of RP. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you found this useful, let me know in the comments. Hit that thumbs up button, etc. All the YouTube crap that YouTube really likes. And hopefully I can get you guys interested in this. Like I said, links to JustRP down below. If you need a RedM tutorial, let me know. And I'm thinking next week I am also going to touch on RP and maybe try and help you guys figure out how to create characters, etc., you know, like backgrounds, stuff like that. Because I have over 20 years of role-playing experience. I used to help run a pretty large, pretty large Vampire the Masquerade LARP back in Kansas City. When I lived there, it was, we'd have anywhere from 60 to 100 players every other week. It's absolutely crazy. I've been doing this stuff for years. This is actually the first time I've ever RP'd online, and I'm enjoying it. I don't know why I've never done it before, but it is definitely scratching that itch. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, this is Neo, and I'll see you in game. Bye.